Welcome back to Just Call Me Boats. Today I'm going to show you how to repair your stereo system in your Dodge Ram or any Chrysler product for that matter. If you have the RES radio system in your vehicle, it's common for them to stop working, and I'm going to show you how to fix that. So let's get started. Okay guys, here we are inside my 2012 Ram 2500, and I have this radio. It's a pretty common radio in Jeeps and other Dodge Ram and Chrysler vehicles. What happens is one day you get in, go to turn on your radio, and all you get is the popping through the speakers. No volume control. It doesn't work on any selection, AM, FM. If you put a CD in, it'll play for about 10-15 seconds and then it stops, and then it picks back up at 10-15 seconds later. It cuts in and out. Auxiliary doesn't work. Nothing works on this. So let me get this radio pulled out and we'll get it fixed. Okay guys, if you have the RES radio system, this is what the radio face looks like. It can be identified by the 3 letters down here in this corner. They have several different styles, as you probably are aware. Some of them are touchscreen. This one is not. So let's get started on this. Okay. To remove this panel here, you have to take these 2 screws out. I have an extra screw to take out because I have this radio mount here for my portable Sirius XM radio head, and I have that in, I have this mount in all my vehicles, so I can just pop my radio in. And the antenna that goes with the built-in Sirius XM is bad, and I figured this would be easier and cost effective because I'm not adding another radio to my account. So anyway, these screws are T20s. You just pop those out. When they want to come out anyway. Come on there. Okay, and that, oh, I got that one more screw in there. And that lifts right out. Okay, and then all you have to do is take this, give it a pull, and it pops right out. I'm going to have to pull a little extra wire here, take that out of the way. That goes back to my dash cam, by the way. And slip this down and pop that up there and get it out of the way. Now, you can just leave this lay back, just like this, so it's out of your way. Okay, now we're getting ready to remove the 4 screws that hold the radio in. They're at each corner. They're 7mm screws. So, you just pop those out. And the radio just pulls right out. At this point, you'll disconnect your radio antenna, your Sirius XM antenna if you have that equipped in your vehicle, and this has a little pull tab back here that you just squeeze and pull that out, and that's how you do it. With the radio antennas, they have the little grooves here, and they have little splines on the I don't know what you call it. Anyway, there's little splines right there, so there's no way that you can mess up putting this back on. And then they all just kind of wiggle off of there. This has the splines as well, and you can't mess them up. And that's it. Let's take this inside on the bench, and let's see what's going on with it. We get it fixed up. Now that I got the radio out of the truck, I'm going to show you how to take this faceplate off. You can use any tool that you want. I'm going to use a flat tip screwdriver, but you have to be careful because you have to release these plastic locks here, and if you pry on them too much, you could possibly break them. So you just kind of pry up and try to push forward until it unlocks. That's all there is to it. It just pops loose like that, and then it just pulls off the front of the radio. You have this little plug connector that goes in here, and you're all pretty much set. You just set that aside. Alright, now that you got the faceplate off of this, you're going to need a T10 bit to get these front screws out, and those just pop out real easy, especially with this tool. Set those screws aside, you don't want to lose them. Okay, now you come around the back here, and you're going to need to take this back off. Just gently pry up on it, and it'll pop loose. Also on the sides here, there's little areas that have locks too, so you need to pry those loose. Work it side to side to get them to where you can open it. There we go. That side. And there we go. That just pops up, lifts off, set that aside. You're going to have 2 more screws to take out to get the CD player out. And that's that. CD player just lifts right out. You have a little ribbon cable down here that you gotta unplug. And that's it. Set that aside. Now, the chip that gives you most of the trouble is this one back here, and that's what we're going to be working on today. So let me get my tools set up and get right back to you. Alright, yeah, this is the chip that gives you all the problems. This is the one that's your AM/FM chip that operates the radio. Sometimes during vibrations, you know, while it's in the truck, that'll cause that chip to lose connection. So what I'm going to do, I picked up this neat little machine from Amazon. It's a it's a resolder flow machine, and you want to set that to about 400 degrees and just gently go back and forth on the joints, just 4 or 5 passes, and to get the solder to reflow and reconnect to the chip. I also recommend getting like a bamboo skewer just to push down on that chip while you're working it. That way there it's going to maintain its connection. It's not going to pop free from the board or anything like that. So let's get started. Give it a few seconds to get hot. Turn that temperature up a little bit. Now you're going to want to do each side a few passes. Switch hands here. That should be just about it. Okay, now that we've gotten that solder reflowed on that chip, let's put this radio back together and put it back in the truck, and let's see if it works. Of course, installation is just the opposite of the way you took it apart. Just make sure that you put that little block in the little slot down here. Let me point that out for you. It goes right in here. This little piece here goes here. And it's real simple. Just plugs in. Just push it down to here, click. And then set the CD player. Be gentle with this. You don't want to bounce this around too much because it could mess it up. And let's put the screws back in there. Tiny buggers. Just want to make sure they're in there good and snug so they won't vibrate loose while you're driving down the road. Now I did notice, and I didn't point it out, I did notice that most of the chips inside this radio have a coating on them that seals them to the board. And the one that fails all the time in these radios does not have that coating. So it may be that this will fail again due to vibrations and other such things. You know, in a 3/4 ton pickup truck that's 4-wheel drive, let me tell you, that thing doesn't ride real smooth. But I didn't buy it for the ride. I bought it for towing, and it does an excellent job on that. This has a little hook on the end. You just gotta hook them into those little slots there, bring it back down. And if it wants to, it'll press back into place. There we go. And then, last but not least, pop the radio front back on. There's alignment pins right here on the radio face that goes into these little holes right here, so that there's no way you can mess it up. You just pop it back into place, push it up until you hear it click. And there it is. It's all set. let's go put this back in the truck and hook it up, and let's see if it works. Okay, we've got the radio back from working on it on my bench, and let's hook it back up and let's see if it works. First, plug in your antenna wires. Those are pretty simple. Like I said, you can't mess them up. And then your wire harness. And let's set it in place for right now. Okay, being stubborn. There we go. Now, let's give it a test. Wow, I got volume control. Everything's working. So that's how you fix these radios. It's all pretty easy to do. The repair took all of 4 or 5 minutes. It was actually longer. It took longer to take the radio out of the vehicle and put it back than it took to actually repair it. So there you go. Just pop the panel back up in place and put your screws back in, and you're good to go. Well, I hope this video helped you guys out. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them down below in the comment section. And if you like this video, hit the subscribe button, and might as well hit that bell button too, so you get a notification of all my new videos. See you next time.